There are amazing small to medium-sized businesses out there who would be amazing fits for you. But you're so caught up on LinkedIn, you're so caught up on Instagram, on holding back to that negative energy, those negative experiences, and wanting to talk about those terrible companies that are poorly mismanaged, and you had all the secrets. You don't. But in 2024 and onwards, if you change your focus from that negativity route and move it towards, here's what I'm amazing at, here's what I love, here's the type of company I'm looking for, everybody will line up because you have unlocked demand. I'm gonna briefly cover real quickly again, the 5 things you need to do to also guarantee that you are an employee that can create demand. And if you don't hit these 5 things, you need to do a serious self-audit. So if you are making all these demands and saying employers are terrible and you don't have these 5 things, you are the problem, not the employer, right? So the first thing is, have you mastered yourself, right? Yourself is defined in 2 areas. First is self-confidence. Do you face imposter syndrome that prevents you from being able to take action? When you receive criticism or feedback, do you take it personally, or are you able to take that feedback and immediately implement on it? And you believe that that person has the best interest for you. The second aspect of yourself is self-management. Can you set a schedule and follow through with it? If you can't do those first 2 things, you're the problem, not the employer. The second step in this roadmap is, have you discovered and built the foundation of your craft, right? So if it's software engineering, marketing, sales, whatever it is, you have a solid foundation and a grasp for this, and you were taught with a mentor. The reason why the mentor matters here is if you don't have a mentor teaching you those foundations, most likely there's a lot of gaps in what you're trying to learn, and you're just missing the basic areas to be able to really hit the baselines of what an employer is looking for. Number 3, do you differentiate yourself through professional experience? If you don't have professional experience on your resume, right? If you have not found 3 to 5 freelance projects to prove yourself and you're entry level, do not expect anybody to hire you. You must have a handful of freelance projects underneath your belt to prove that you know what the real world looks like when having to go into the workplace. Number 4 is when you have unlocked your value. That means you have a handful of freelance projects underneath your belt. You now know what it looks like to step into any problem and be able to come up with entry-level solutions like that. You know how to use the Cobra problem-solving framework. You have mastered the ability to step into any problem and start trying to work on solutions with mid to senior level individuals as well. Now, finally, is step 5. That is creating demand. That is when you are looking for interest alignment in companies. You are a valuable entry-level hire. You have professional experience. You've mastered yourself. You're really the top of the top when it comes to entry-level hires. If you don't have those 5 things with an experienced track record of showing those 5 things, you will not be hired. Now I'll give you the last little bits of tips here that you can leverage for this. Ways to show that you have mastered yourself is going to the gym, living a healthier lifestyle. I'm not talking about getting a 6-pack. I don't have a 6-pack. I'm a little bit overweight, right? But one of the ways that I express my commitment to self-management is by doing jiu-jitsu on a regular basis, taking care of myself, watching what I eat every now and then, going on walks, showing that I do have a routine outside of this and I am mindful of the larger picture. These are the small things that you could paint a picture about yourself as being a responsible person. If you don't have any of those things and your life pretty much consists of getting off work, going home, watching Netflix, maybe going to a bar, hanging out with friends, if that's what your life looks like, and you have no routine or anything to really show responsibility for yourself, that is a picture that's gonna be painted about yourself to future employers. And if you have those other areas where you're taking care of yourself, maybe you go to the gym 3 times a week, I don't know what it is, but if you have something like that to paint a track record for doing it, you have to understand it's gonna help you so much more.